the Dollar Bets podcast, your home to free money sports betting.
We're back with Dollar Bets in mid-June. Welcome, Debo. Welcome, Curtis. How's everybody doing this evening?
Doing good.
Yeah, because you're not Red Sox fans.
Can't
Worried
complain.
about the Devers trade, but that's all right. We'll be complaining a little bit here. Hope everybody's doing well. Had a 3-teamer today. Had the Red Sox, had the Phillies, had the Braves. Chris Sale, another former Red Sox person that were bitter that they're not on the team anymore. Anyway, I won some money on that one. Rest of my bets this month have been pretty crappy. A lot of bad beats thanks to Bobby Betts' Yankees blowing it. Yankees have lost, what, six straight, Debo? We had six?
Yeah, 6 straight.
Six straight of those, at least 3 shutouts against some shit teams, too. They are not even, well, except the Red Sox. Red Sox swept them. But the rest of the teams, Angels beat the last 2. Yeah, they're just not looking good right now. All that money. Every year you think, is Cashman going to survive? And he somehow stays alive. But anyway, that's where we're at. So, Debo, thoughts on the last week or so?
On the Devers trade?
We can bring that. We can go there. It's a betting show.
Week, I haven't cashed out with any of those free sports or free money sportsbook apps. I got really close on Novig. You're still in the lead by at least 100, I would assume. I think the last time we had the pod, I said I took Scooball. I think Scooball was pitching, right?
Mm-hmm.
We took the Tigers on the run line. I can't remember what else we had, but yeah. And then I have the Pacers for the series. That's not looking good at the moment because of Halliburton. And they're down 3-2. If they can sneak a game 6, or if they can force a game 7, you never know. But it's not looking good without Halliburton.
No. And remember, Debo, what we say in our last pod was take the 6 games, right? It was plus 300.
Oh, yeah. 6
Yes.
6 or more?
Yeah. No, I think it was just 6. Yeah, they had 6 exactly.
It's got to end in 6?
Got to end in 6. So
yeah,
that's looking really good. But speaking of free money, I think Debo and I both got an email today. If you follow Novig on Instagram, if you get the email, send him a screenshot, give you $5 free. So $5 free. So
$5. $5.
Yep. So free money.
That's right.
All right, let's talk a little. Let's go to the Devers trade, and we'll look at how that impacts betting and future bets. Curtis, what's your thoughts on the Devers trade?
Yeah, I feel like the Giants won the trade mostly because they get the power bat they needed, especially that you could play the hot corner, you could play DH. Gives them a little flexibility. If they already have Matt Chapman, so that helps a little bit on the flexibility side. But yeah, the Red Sox got Kyle Harrison, which is nice because he's got some potential. He's still young. He got a couple of starts with the Giants, and he did pretty well. But he's mostly been in the bullpen for the most part this season. But he's a lefty. You can't go wrong with having a lefty. Especially as a starter, and even in a bullpen if you need it, going lefty. So I feel like that's the key piece that the Red Sox got out of that trade. But overall, I feel like the Giants won that trade.
Debo, thoughts?
Well, yeah, we gave up a lefty, but we got our lefty, our home run hitting lefty. I don't know what this means for Eldridge. He's also a lefty, and right now our lineup is just righty lefty, and it's pretty nice right now. And then obviously defensively, he's going to be DH, a little bit of third base before Matt Chapman gets back, and then hopefully
he's been taking grounders at first.
He'll take grounders. He
might
play first for us. He was
base.
upset with Boston management and for bringing in Bregman without letting him know, and there's just no communication. I think Buster Posey has that good communication skill, and he's an ex-player, and Devers is willing to he just wanted to get out of there, new life to.
I don't think he wanted to get out of there. I think he was bitter. His ego was hurt a little bit because he was not a great third baseman when he came up. He got better. But then there was bad communication. I thought Bregman and Cora handled it pretty poorly in spring training, and then Devers, for his part, didn't handle it great. But he eventually decided to play DH. And then when Cassis got hurt, they're like, "Hey, we want you to play first." And he's like, "Hey, you asked me to DH. I'm doing that." And that was behind them. They were moving on without that, and they were playing well. They just got over 500. They swept the Yankees, and then now all of a sudden you're going to take a shit on Red Sox fans after years of not spending any money. The only guy you put money on was Devers for the long-term contract. You're going to send him packing so John Henry can sign a couple Liverpool soccer players. I mean, that's a word on the street in Boston for getting nothing in return. Especially after Betts. You lose a Hall of Famer Betts. You lose Sale. I'm like, what are you doing? We're not the Oakland A's. This is a big market team, right?
Yeah.
Big market team, and I'm great for the Giants. I mean, being out here, I'm going to be at the game on Friday, but it's going to be rough to see. I don't know if you were watching. I mean, my Instagram feed is just filled with Sox stuff, but seeing so many dads getting their Devers jerseys on Father's Day, right? The day of the trade, like the guy had the jerseys for like a half an hour, and then they're like this is bullshit, right? They're looking at the dude like I can't wear this jersey anymore. It's like, yeah, it's brutal.
Wow, that is brutal.
That's harsh. It's a harsh reality. I know it's a business, but man,
it's a little bit of a salary dump trade, but
yeah,
I'm all for the Giants spending money. And let's say this was the off season, I don't think the Giants would sign Devers. It's not a ballpark you want to go to, especially as a lefty. And
but he's got power to all fields.
He's not. Hey, you got traded, so you have to come here, and he's going to embrace it. And
he's got power to a lot of different fields. He'll go around, so I think he'll be all right. I think it's. I mean, you look at the spray chart. I know the wind's different, but they put that with McCovey Cove over his last home runs, and so many of those singles at Fenway were going to be home runs that he'd get. So his numbers are going to be good.
Yeah, absolutely.
What was weird about that trade?
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Because we're a little early before the deadline, and you usually get some rumors, but there was nothing. That just kind of came out of nowhere. All of a sudden, I
guess Posey and what's the GM for Boston?
Craig Breslow.
Yeah, Breslow. I guess they had been talking for 3 weeks about it.
Yeah.
So, kept it quiet, and that's pretty surprising. But I'm stoked.
Yeah.
Giants fan. It's just what we need. Of course, we're 0-2. It's like a 162 game season, but we're 0-2 with him so far. But it's a long term thing that we got to look at here.
It pushes up all the other players too. Yeah. They get they get excited. They're like, okay, people believe in us, then they're going to start playing better too. So
yeah.
Especially NL West is tough this year. It's a tough
one of the best.
But Dodgers looking good.
Dodgers, yeah.
All right, let's move away from Devers so my depression can kind of ease away a little bit. And the Red Sox won tonight. They with Crochet, he's doing well. They're not hitting well, but they're certainly pitching okay. Take a 2 out of 3 on the West Coast against Seattle. That's pretty good.
Seattle, yeah.
Hey, and then on Friday, like I said, I'll be there. Giants 3-game series. Their worst pitchers going for the
sweep
Red
coming
Sox.
up for the Giants.
Might be. Well, I don't know. Hopefully Bueller's not better. He was brutal. Gave up 8 runs quick.
I believe you guys get our best 3 pitchers.
I don't think so. Webb's pitching tomorrow.
Oh, Webb's pitching tomorrow. Okay.
Yep.
Well, you'll get Ray.
Yeah.
And Landon Roop. Or no, not Roop, but shit. I guess now that Kyle Harrison's gone. Oh, Birdsong. So I'm thinking.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Solid.
Yeah, Birdsong. Yeah.
All right, let's talk a little baseball. We'll do a couple picks and then get Curtis some fantasy sports action for us. So, Debo, you want to start? You got a baseball pick for tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm going to go back to the old run line on the Tigers. Tigers run line. I'm not seeing a line out right now for the Brewers, but I'm going to take the Brewers in Game 1. Whatever game that Miz is pitching in, the pitcher that just throwing absolute gas that Curtis was all about last week. Yeah,
Jacob.
I ended up taking him last week on his debut. It was like plus money. That was a good bet. Thank you, Curtis, for putting some money in my pocket there. But I'm going to go ahead and I think it's going to be plus money because it was postponed today. I took the Brewers. I got my money back because it was postponed. It was plus 115 for the Brewers' first 5 I took. And I'm going to go with, and Scuball.
Well, Brewers still they haven't made it official. It's still TBD on their official site for pitcher tomorrow.
For pitching tomorrow, yeah. But Scuball, it looks like Scuball has game 1.
Scuball's got game 1. Yep.
Scuball's got game 1, and it's from the run line is minus 135, kind of juicy. I'm willing to lay that juice against a team like the Pirates. We got Heaney pitching. Heaney, I don't know how you say it, but I think the Tigers.
ERA is pretty good. He's under 4, 3 1/3. Yeah.
The Pirates, versus the best team in the league.
You're right. I mean, that's an underplay. I'm looking at that game too.
Torkelson is going to hit a homer off Heaney. I'll just call that out right now. Petaluma native, by the way. Shout out.
Is he?
Yep.
Nice.
Casa Grande.
Yeah. With Johnny Gomes, couple MLB players coming from.
There's a lot of players from Petaluma in the league, right? A lot. I want to say around 8 or 10 people in Sonoma County. Actually, I'll take Sonoma County. There's like 5 or 6 from Petaluma.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they produce a lot of good talent.
I'm with you on Scuball. I'm going to take that, but I also like the under in that game. I think I'm leaning towards the. Debo, you right there? A little earthquake. I'm leaning towards first 5, maybe for Scuball, but I might take run line just for the extra payout. And I'm going to bet the doubleheader. I'm going to take Pittsburgh, flip it, and take Skeens. I think he's starting to pitch better again. He's coming back to himself. Last outing was good, so taking Skeens for game 2, and then I'm taking your Giants for the early game. The Giants doubleheader tomorrow?
The Giants play at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, 1 o'clock. I'm taking Logan Webb against Cleveland. Cleveland's got Williams going.
It's hard to sweep. It's hard to sweep a team or a good team, or let alone any team.
That's another underplay too with those 2 pitchers going. So I don't know. I haven't seen the lines out on that one.
Minus 166 on the money line for Webb right now.
Okay, and then I'm liking the Mets tomorrow too.
Clay Holmes.
Yep, Clay Holmes going tomorrow. So
against Spencer Strider. Okay.
Strider, yeah, I think that's a 4-teamer right there. Good 4-team, a lot of money on that one. Even take the money line if you want. I'd even put a couple run line plays on that one.
Mets are a dog, plus 109.
Yeah, and the Mets have been struggling. I mean, Will Sale today.
They have been struggling. Yeah.
But Chris Sale today. Yeah, they lost in extras yesterday. And then you got a pretty good pitching matchup against Dodgers and the Padres going late. All right. Curtis, any bets, or you want to talk some fantasy baseball?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll throw some bets in there first. I'll take the Astros over the Athletics. Unfortunately, being from the Bay Area, I always rooted for the A's and the Giants as well, but the Astros have been good, and the A's are just not as good as the Astros. So I'll take the Astros over the A's tomorrow, and then I'll say also I'll take the Phillies over the Marlins tomorrow as well. I mean, the Marlins are usually the underdogs pretty much every year for the most part, and the Phillies have looked really good this year. So I'll take the Phillies.
I don't know why every time I bet the Phillies over the Marlins, that's like the one game they win in the series. I won't bet them the other ones, but then, yeah.
You got the lefty, Chris Sanchez, going for the Phillies. He's a star in the making right now.
Phillies have some good pitchers with Wheeler too. Yeah. Luzardo. Yeah. So.
That was a trade from the Giants. But I mean, we won 3 World Series since that trade, so I'm okay with it.
All right, there's any others?
Yeah, I mean, I think you can't always go wrong with betting against the White Sox, so I'll take the Cardinals in that game as well.
We got
it's Fetty.
We got doubleheader tomorrow
versus Burt.
Yeah, and then game 2. McGreevy going against Vassell in game 2. Tougher one. Game 1 for sure. But yeah, a
It's
lot of games tomorrow.
minus 139 is the juice I got for the Cardinals game 1.
All right. So we got some bets in there. Curtis, any more bets, or are you going to go to fantasy here? All right.
Yeah, we'll switch over to fantasy. So I'll say if you need a short, or not a short, but I guess if you need a starting pitcher, just to give you a couple of starts, Emmett Sheehan for the Dodgers just got activated tonight. Actually, he went 4 innings, 3 hits, no walks, 1 earned run, struck out 6. So looked pretty sharp against a pretty solid Padres squad. I think he had about 3.97 ERA with about 21 strikeouts and 1 walk over 11 innings in his 4 rehab starts. So he's looking pretty strong and kind of bouncing back from that long injury that he had. But he does have a short leash because they have a bunch of starters. Glasnow, Snell, Sasaki, Goslin. Once they get healthy, he's obviously going to be more of a bullpen guy. But if you need a short-term starting pitcher, I'd pick up Emmett Sheehan.
All right.
Sure.
I might do that right now if he's available. I don't think he is available, but in my league, I'm in a dynasty league. I don't think he. Well, we can stash.
He might be available.
We can stash
he's
guys
been out
in
for a while.
AAA and stuff. So you got 2 AAA spots. So
there you go.
Someone probably has them already, but let me check. Anyways, I like that.
But if you need a third baseman of the future, definitely pick up Grady House of the Nationals, who just got called up on Monday. He was hitting 304 with 13 bombs in 65 games at AAA. He's just 22, and he already has 4 hits and an RBI and a stolen base in his first 3 games of the Nationals. So if you need a third baseman, I would definitely pick up Brady House for the Nationals.
Brady House?
Yeah, Brady House.
Love it.
Washington Nationals third baseman. Get him while he's hot.
Debo, what else you got?
I'm good. I'm going to hope and pray that my Pacers force a game 7. You never know what could happen, game 7, but
I think we know, but that's all right.
I mean, anything can happen. We all want to see a game 7. Come on.
I'm kind of done with this series. I'm kind of done with this series. I don't know. I don't really need to see a game 7. I'm like moving on.
Congrats to the Florida Panthers, by the way.
Right? That was nice.
Back-to-back years. I really wanted Edmonton to get
How
one.
Many years? How many years is that since Canada has won the Stanley Cup? I mean, think about everybody in Canada are just living for that.
I mean, I just want Connor McDavid to get one. To be honest, he's well deserving of that. Too. Probably been the best hockey player in the last. Ever since he was in the league, which I can't believe it's been 10 years since he's.
Timo, we lost your video there, Rebecca.
It's been 10 years since he's been in the league, and he's been the best player in the last 10 years, I would say.
Yeah.
But he deserves a Stanley Cup on his repertoire.
I'm going to give you a couple more picks, and then we'll go to some fantasy football. We got soccer going on. I told you Bayern Munich and Chelsea to win the Club World Cup. Both of them dominated first game. I know it's group stage. Also going on right now is the CONCACAF Gold Cup. Nations going at that. It's all North America. And then somehow Saudi Arabia, go figure, they don't seem to be in North America, but they're trying to buy their bullshit way into sports and kind of money wash, sports wash their evilness into sports, but nobody's buying that bullshit. So to put that into perspective, tomorrow, Team USA, who won big game 1, is playing Saudi Arabia, minus 188. That's easy money. They are going to curb stomp Saudi Arabia tomorrow. So take Team USA tomorrow.
Yep.
You've got in that, if you're going to do a future bet, I mean, in the last 6 years, it's been U.S. versus Mexico in the finals. So just if you're doing the brackets, just put U.S. and Mexico into the finals, and then it's a coin flip in the finals for the Gold Cup. But just pencil those two teams in there. U.S. has been pretty good. New coach, looking a little better. Club World Cup. What do we got tomorrow? Let's see some of those matches that we have. Give me 1 second here. I got screwed on who was it? Madrid today. Real Madrid.
Oh
I don't know.
yeah,
They lost to that club team. That's
it was
brutal.
a tie. They pushed.
Yeah. We got Atletico Madrid versus
Yeah.
Seattle. Seattle's like that team in the MLS that their fans are all so want to be there, but they didn't look great in the first game. But I don't know that I'd take that. I might take the draw in that game. Even though Atletico's a better team, that's plus 390 for the draw on that one. You got your PSG tomorrow, Debo.
PSG, yeah.
PSG though is minus 461. That's not a lot of money to be made there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Chelsea's playing again on the 20th. Chelsea minus 117, so I'd take that again. So a couple Club World Cup bets in there as well. All right, Debo, any other bets, or are we going to fantasy football now?
No, that's it for me.
All right, Curtis, what do you got? Are you still baseball? You got some other picks, or what do you got?
No, yeah, we can switch over to football. So yeah, I mean, a couple of obvious ones. I mean, if you're looking for a quarterback, Cam Ward of the Tennessee Titans, drafted #1 overall. They drafted him for a reason because they needed a quarterback. No offense to the guy they already have, but he's going to be the real deal. And I mean, Matt Miller's pro comp is Jordan Love. I think I agree with that, but I think he can even be better than Jordan Love with his ability. He threw for 39 touchdowns. 7 INTs in 2024. I mean, he's the real deal. So I mean, he's going to be just fine, in that offense and kind of lift their spirits up a little bit after a rough, last year. But I feel like if you need a dynasty, pickup or even a late, draft pick, in a regular league, definitely, take Cam Ward of the Tennessee Titans because he's going to be a stud.
Quarterbacks, it was like 3 years before they're their main guy. But last year I picked up Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
And I had Tua was my main guy, and by week 2 I was riding Daniels. You could never do that with a rookie quarterback before, but man, he carried me. He got me into the playoffs just having a guy like that. Where do you see Ward is coming in and starting and making an impact? But what week do you think? Year 1, or you think he's going to be a couple more years in?
I feel like probably week maybe 4 or 5 he'll find his feet a little bit, not necessarily obviously he can run a little bit, but I feel like he'll find his his way and his rhythm a little bit. I would say probably week 4 or 5 he'll probably figure it out because I mean he's got a decent offense around him, and I feel like he's got the talent, he's got the ability, and he's a great decision maker. He's got the legs to run for the first downs and everything.
Nice.
So I think he's going to be just fine. But as far as anybody in an IDP league, obvious one would be Abdul Carter, defensive end for the New York Giants. Drafted 3rd overall. Yeah. Oh yeah. Penn State. Yeah. Led the nation with 23.5 tackles for loss. Matt Miller, I think, nailed it again. Micah Parsons is his player comp, and we've all seen what Micah Parsons can do. I think Matt Miller also said he's the most pro-ready player in the draft class this year, and I think he's right because he was an absolute stud.
Taylor comparison too,
and
because
yeah, oh yeah, so he can play linebacker, he can play defensive end. So I think they'll probably use him as a linebacker for the first couple of downs, and then use him as a pass rusher on 3rd downs. So yeah, if you need a defensive end pass rusher for IDP leagues, go get Abdul Carter.
Very nice. Very nice.
All right. What else you got? That's all you got. Debo, any last minute shout outs?
No, that's it for me too, brother.
All right. Well, yeah, we got a lot of games tomorrow. Tomorrow's a pretty big sports day. Lots of double headers, lots of baseball. Try and get this one going early. Get this podcast out. Get your bets in.
Yes,
As
sir. I
always,
think I'm
stay
gonna buy.
Debo.
I think I'm gonna buy a Red Sox hat or something because I really do appreciate the Red Sox. That's why I'm wearing my red. I don't have a Red Sox hat, so I got to go get me one.
You know what? There's a lot of good Red Sox Denver stuff on sale on eBay right now. So get it for cheap. Yeah, it's in the bargain racks. Yeah. I don't have any Denver.
Everything
gear.
must
I got a
go.
lot of, I learned long ago. If you buy the players that are there to the end. I got a couple Ortiz things. I got a Veritech, but I'm not buying any new stuff. All right. Well, thank you, gentlemen.
Yep.
We'll talk soon. Hopefully Debo doesn't win much this week, and I'll get a bigger lead. It's been a slow month. June's been slow. Nobody's cashed out yet, but it's coming. Curtis, we gotta get you in on this. As we said before, we gotta get a fantasy football league for dollar bets.
Yep.
Maybe get some information on that coming up soon. But all right. Talk
Sounds
soon,
good,
everybody.
you guys.
Have a great evening.
All right.